Let us go ahead and begin installing the Linux on this base virtual machine. Before we go ahead and boot this virtual machine, let us click on Edit Virtual Machine Settings. Let us click on CD or DVD. Let us choose the option Use ISO image file. Now let us click on Browse. Let us go ahead and browse the ISO image file which we downloaded. Click on Open. Now let us click on OK. Let us go ahead and click on Power on this virtual machine to boot up this virtual machine. Now let us select the first option, that is install or upgrade an existing system, and hit enter. Now let us go ahead and skip the media test. Let us click on Next to begin installing the CentOS 6.5 Linux. Let us leave the language to default and click on Next. Let us leave the keyboard language to default and click on Next. Let us leave this option to default and click on Next. Let us click on Yes, discard any data. Now let us go ahead and assign a host name to this virtual machine. Let us go ahead and click on Configure Network to assign a static IP to this virtual machine. Let us select System ETH0 and click on Edit. Make sure Connect Automatically is selected. If not, please select it. Now let us click on IPv4 Settings tab. Select the method as Manual from the drop-down list. Now let us click on Add. Now let us go ahead and type in the IP address. Let us type the subnet mask. Let us go ahead and type the default gateway as well. Now let us enter the DNS server. Once you're done, click on Apply. Now click on Close. Now let us go ahead and click on Next. If you want, you can choose the time zone. I'll leave it to default and click on Next. Now let us go ahead and assign a password to the root user. Now let us click on Next. You can just ignore this warning for weak password. Let us select Create Custom Layout and then click on Next. As you can see, we have a free disk space of around 40 gigabytes that is available. Let us go ahead and create partitions. Select the free space and click on Create. Let us leave it to standard partition and click on Create. Now let us go ahead and select the mount point as /boot. Choose the following option and click on OK. Now let us select the free space and then click on Create. Let us leave it to standard partition. Click on Create. Now let us go ahead and browse the file system type as swap. Let us go ahead and assign it to 4 gigabytes. That is 4096 megabytes. Select the following option. Click on OK. Now let us select the free space and click on Create. Select the standard partition. Click Create. Select the mount point as root is /. Select the following option. Select the following option as well. Click on OK. Your partition layout should look something similar to this. Now let us click on Next. Now let us click on Format. Now let us click on Write Changes to Disk. Whenever you are choosing a partition type, never select LVM as an option. Let us leave it to default over here and click on Next. Let us leave it to default over here as well, that is desktop. And make sure Customize Later is selected. And click on Next. As you can see, the installation process is starting. I'll pause the video for a while, and once the installation is about to finish, I'll resume it back. As you can see, the installation process is about to get completed. Let us wait for the installation to get completed. Let us wait for all the packages to get installed. Now it is installing the bootloader. As you can see, the installation has completed successfully. Now we can go ahead and click on reboot to reboot this machine and complete the installation process. Let us go ahead and complete this first time installation setup. Let us click on forward. Let us choose the option I agree to the license agreement and click on forward. You can skip creating the users. Click on yes. Let us set up the NTP servers by clicking the following option and click on forward. Let us unselect the enable keydump option over here and click on finish. Click on yes to reboot this machine. Click on OK. Let us wait for this machine to boot up. Now let us go ahead and log into this virtual machine. Let us type in the username as root. Let us type in the password for the root account and click on login. Let us select do not show me this again and click on close. There's a warning for the once you log into the root account. As you can see, we have successfully installed the Linux and booted up this virtual machine. Now let us go ahead and shut down this machine by clicking on system and then clicking on shutdown. Let us click on shutdown over here to turn off this virtual machine. Let us go ahead and take a snapshot of this virtual machine. Snapshot is something similar to creating a restore point in Windows. Let us right click on the virtual machine and then click on snapshot and then click on take snapshot. Let us give a name to this snapshot. If you want, you can go ahead and give a description as well, and then click on Take Snapshot. The main advantage of having a snapshot is that in case if you mess up with the virtual machine, we can revert it back to this point of time. By making use of this snapshot. As you can see, the snapshot is available over here within the snapshot manager. Whenever you want, you can just click on the snapshot and then click on Go to Snapshot. So this is how we install Linux on a virtual machine.